Well, this is what it looks like. Hi Gems, welcome back. I am in my kitchen cooking. Got some, what do we call them? Meatloafs that I'm about to take out, and then I'm gonna do something with some chicken breast down here. And while I have you here, I thought I would share with you what my, what are they called? Goals. What the goals are for the Gem City Homestead this year for 2023. So, yeah, let's talk about it. Let me get these out of the oven real quick because I gotta do stuff to them. Hey! Dumb dog just stuck his whole ass face in my oven. You're a dumb dog. You're gonna burn yourself, you dum-dum. Whatever, let him burn. All right, so goal number 1. So before I get started on my goals, actually, we all know what homesteading is kind of, but like homesteading means a lot of things to a lot of people. So for me, because I am in a very urban setting, I'm not planning to live off grid. I'm not planning to be like this wholly independent island of self-sufficiency. That's just not the vibe and the location that I'm at right now. So what I really want to focus on is just being a whole person, having a whole life. That's going to mean something different for everybody, right? Because I don't have children. I'm a single person. I stay with my mom, or my mom stays with me, however you want to word it. And my goals and experiences in life right now are going to be very different from everybody else. But I think we can all agree that homesteading generally does include some level of self-sufficiency. So that's generally the overall theme of what my goals are this year. And I'm really excited. So if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I would really, really appreciate it because I'm gonna be going through this whole journey. This is my first year. So if you really wanna see what an urban homesteader goes through at the beginning of their journey, you should follow me. You should do it right now. All right. Look at my beautiful meatloafs. They're gonna go back in the oven for, I don't know, 15 more minutes or so. So the red topping, ketchup, it's gonna have a chance to cook down a little bit. And then it'll be nice and tasty, and then I'll let them cool, and then I'm gonna put them, I'll probably slice them into pieces and then freeze them. Goal 1 is to cook more from scratch. So what that means for me is I want to stop ordering out. I want to stop fast food. It's not something that I do a lot, but every time I do it, I feel terrible about it. And the food is never that good, right? It's never that good. And it's like $40 no matter what you order. You can order 1 meal or you can order 10 meals. Somehow it's still $40 or more, I guess. It's always so much more than I want to spend, and the food that I make for myself is 1,000 times better, so I should just do that. One of the things that I struggle with though in regards to that goal, sorry if you can hear the tippy tappy, I got a very nosy dog in here. But one of the things that I struggle with is executive dysfunction. So sometimes I get so hungry that I forget how to feed myself. And I don't recognize that I'm like getting to that place. It's like I go from, I think I feel a hunger to, oh my God, if I don't eat, I'm gonna die. And when I get to that place, I literally can't function. So what I'm trying to focus on now is to spend 1 day a week planning out several different meals where all I have to do is put something in the crock pot or throw it in the oven or throw it in the microwave. And that's it. That's like the whole job. Because if I can do that, I don't have to think about the 50 steps of first I have to pull out the meat, and then I have to cut it up, and then I have to do this, and then I have to do that. And then after waiting for 30 more minutes, then I have to cut it up and put it on a plate and go sit down. Like, you know, if I can remove some of those steps, it's going to make it a lot easier for me. And so that's what I'm really hoping to make a focus on this year for my first goal. Goal number 2, I want chickens. Everybody wants chickens. Especially now because there's a whole thing out there called the bird flu that nobody is talking about. Everyone thinks that this inflation of the egg prices is coming just from normal economy inflation, but it's not. It's coming from a terrible, terrible bird flu that nobody is talking about. And what is happening is it's the worst it's literally ever been since people started tracking it. It's the worst it's ever been, and it's not being mentioned at all. The prices are soaring, and we don't know why. It's because all of the major egg producers are having to cull their whole flocks, and then start over again, which is why the eggs are going up so much. So outside of that though, I mean, they're just fun. So fun fact about me, I was in the Peace Corps, and while I was in Botswana, I lived with a bunch of chickens. My landlord had meat chickens and she had egg layers, and I miss them. I miss the crowing from the roosters. I miss the little from the birds. I even sometimes miss hearing like that last squawk before they're gone. Like, I don't miss it, but like I think about it and it hurts my heart. And I don't ever want to know that I could do that. I don't want meat birds. I want egg layers. But the point is I really miss them and I want them. I'm struggling right now with 2 things. One is building a coop, because I want to build it from free materials. I'm very big on secondhand materials, not buying everything brand new, etc. and so on, etc. And I really enjoy the idea of just knowing that this is something that I can build from scratch. The other thing that I'm struggling with is I have two dogs, and one of them's a herding dog. He's a corgi, but the other one is a beagle, and his whole job is to hunt. I watch them with like the little birds that hang out in the yard during the summer, and they don't tend to mind them so much, but they do love cats and they do love squirrels, which is to say chase after them and try to destroy them. So I just don't know. And like my beagle, he's only been a pet for 2 out of the 3 years he's been alive, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. That's a whole other story. We'll get there one day. I think his prey drive is still really high, and so I don't want to introduce these birds to this dog that's just going to torture them all day long, right? Like, that's not fair for anybody. So that's goal number 2. So speaking of goal number 2, in the comments, if you have a beagle or a high prey drive dog, tell me in the comments how you work with that and your chickens. Like, what do you do to protect your chickens? Is this a lost cause? Do I just have to get used to the idea that my dog's gonna eventually murk them and I'm just gonna have to keep replacing them and maybe I shouldn't do it? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Let me know. And if you have any good resources about how to, I don't know, train my beagle to not, you know, do his natural inclination of hunting birds, I would love to hear your thoughts on that too. So, all right, what is goal number 3? Let's find out. Ooh, Skylar sisters. All right, so goal number 3 is I want to have a home apothecary and a tea garden. And they're kind of the same thing, kind of not. Like, there's a lot of similar ingredients, a lot of similar herbs and stuff like that. I don't know exactly what I want in my home apothecary right now. I know I want to make some kind of fire cider. I like the idea of having something that's going to knock a cold out, because I hate having colds. I hate postnasal drippage, and I love taking in really spicy nonsense when I'm experiencing those things. I also, as a part of that apothecary, want to start my own kombucha, just to, you know, keep it on tap in the house, because I really enjoy drinking it, and it is so wildly expensive. I mean, it's not, but when you want to drink like 2 or 3 of them a week, and each one of them costs like $4 or $5, and it's like, I could be spending my money on better things. And it's definitely something that you can make at home easily on your own. So that's one of the things that I want to add to my list of things that I make from scratch, which is so part goal 1, part goal 3 or 4, right? And I haven't really just decided, but like painkillers, I know those are, or not painkillers, but like painkillers that you can take. Those are really interesting to me. I don't know, just things, and I need to research it more. And so that's really what I want to do this year, is take time to do that. As for tea, I don't foresee myself growing like actual tea plants, but herbal tea. So things with like butterfly pea. My dogs are going crazy. I'm sorry. This is not good. Oh, now they're going crazy. Royal, shush. Thank you. It's like butterfly pea, lavender, rosemary, thyme. I really love hibiscus tea. I don't know if I'll make that. I don't know, just, you know, things that are gonna be like, oh, chamomile. I got some chamomile last year and I haven't tried it yet. You know, just things that if I grow them and I use them, they'll make me feel better. And yeah, so that's what I want. Oh, that was goal 3. Oh, bother. It's like I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. So goal 4 is I want to be really good about preserving my harvest this year. Last year, I just didn't really grow enough. Like I had like 5 or 6 tomato plants or 10 tomato plants or something. Anyway, none of those tomatoes actually ever made it beyond just my tomato bowl on my counter because we go through them a lot. I really wanted to make salsa and marinara sauce because we go through those a lot in this house. I also want to be able to freeze things and dehydrate things. I really like the idea of dehydrating vegetables for soup bases, especially. I want to reduce my need to go to the grocery store as much as possible. So the other way that I'm going to do that in terms of preserving food is also buying large meat packages. And there's a couple of different ways you can do that. Obviously, the best way is to find a local rancher and buy a quarter, half, or whole cow or pig or whatever. I have a local grocery store here that sells meat packages from their butchery inside the store. And they have a really great deal of meat. That's gonna last a while. It's just 2 people in this house, so we don't need to do that every week or month. You know, that will probably last 2 or 3 months worth of meals. And knowing that we can do that and then overall reduce our food budget that way, I think makes a lot of sense for us this year. So that's basically goal number 4. So anyway, it's $130 for a very good package of meat that's gonna last for several months, I think, because it's just 2 of us in the house. We don't do a lot of entertaining. So if I can use that meat to make a good amount of freezer meals or prep for meals in the future, like that's gonna save me a lot of time and energy, which is going to allow me to feed myself a lot better than I have in the past. Goal number 5 is I wanna be more intentional about my life and my existence in this homestead. I think that's one of the main tenets of homesteading is to just be more intentional, like, and kind of romanticize your life a little bit. It's just really important to me that everything that I do is based out of joy and love and connection. I want more connection in my life. I want more joy out of my life. I want ease and support out of my life. I want to savor every moment and I want to romanticize my life. I want laughter and bunched muscles and sweaty cups of iced tea on hot days while I'm in my swinging chair looking at my sunflowers. And for that to be one of those sparklet moments of my life. And I just want it to be filled with those. So that's really my big goal. And I feel like homesteading is kind of part of that, right? Like we're so disconnected from how we engage and move through the world. We largely don't know where our food comes from, where our electricity comes from, how things get from A to B, like the flow of anything. We're just not connected to it. We grab from it and we exist from it, but we are not connected to it. And we don't really honor our place in it. So that's really what goal number 5 is for me, is to just be more intentional about the life I'm living. So look, this has been great. I really enjoyed having this chat with you today. And if you've enjoyed hanging out with me, that's silly. But I'm gonna go ahead and share a video here at the end that you can hang out with me some more with. So I wanna thank you so much for joining me, and you have a great day. Bye, gems.